why looks can be deceptive when it comes to tyres. How much do you know about the tyres in your car? Well, those are the only thing keeping this on the road and you out of a ditch. So you'd like to think that they are up to the job. But as I'll be showing you, when it comes to the tyre industry, looks can be deceptive. Leading tyre manufacturers are concerned about some imported tyres. They're not fakes and they're not even illegal, but they look very similar to premium brands. In this story, we're going to show that just because they look alike, it doesn't mean they'll do the same job. At this research facility in the Midlands, Richard Durrance designs new tread patterns for a top brand. In the UK, where we get around 200 days of rain every year, the design of your tyre tread is not just about styling, it also has a very important job.
The main part of the pattern is these 4 central grooves which are used to enable water to flow in and out of the tread design. The lateral grooves in there again to help with the dispersion of water.
If your tyres don't cut through surface water effectively, your car will end up aquaplaning. This means it will surf on top of the water and you will be unable to steer. Tread patterns are an important part of a tyre's branding, and recently some of Richard's colleagues found a tyre on the market that outwardly looked very similar to the ones Richard had spent months researching and developing.
The 2 tyres we have here, you can see the pattern designs are very, very similar with these main 4 circumferential grooves on the pattern. The cross siping is very, very similar on both designs. Even the graphics on the sidewall is very, very similar.
The technology that goes into Richard's tyres comes at a price. Each tyre retails for £40 more than one of the similar looking imports. These are widely available in garages around the UK. They haven't copied the brand name, but if you were buying tyres, would you be able to tell the difference?
If you were to walk into a tyre dealer and see these 2 tyres side by side, at first glance you may think they are very, very similar. In reality, there will be some big differences with the design of these tyres, with the polymers and the rubber compounds that are used in the tread.
The rubber that your tyres are made of works alongside the tread pattern to give you grip and stopping power. These 2 tyres may look alike, but if the rubber the cheaper ones are made of is inferior, their performance may be significantly different. Later, we'll see the tyres tested head-to-head on a specially designed wet braking circuit to see how they perform in an emergency. On the outskirts of Hanover, in northeast Germany, is a test track where major car manufacturers put their latest models through their paces. Richard Durrance, a tyre tread designer, has come to Germany today to meet up with test driver Lars and engineer Frank to carry out some wet braking tests. They have recently found a budget tyre, legally available in the UK, that has a very similar tread pattern to a premium tyre Richard spent months researching and developing. Both sets of tyres will be fitted to this Mark VI Golf and accelerated on the banked oval up to 70 miles an hour. The car will then hit a wet road, which is specially controlled to have a constant 1 millimetre of standing water on it. When he reaches this cone, Lars will hit the brakes and the GPS unit in the car will measure how long it takes for him to stop. Because both tyres look so similar, this experiment is designed to show what is going on below the surface. It will focus on the rubber compound the tyres are made of and how well they will both cope if you have to perform an emergency stop from high speed in the wet, something that happens every day on the UK's busy motorways. First up is the premium brand tyre. As Richard gets ready at the braking spot, Lars gets the car up to 70 miles per hour, or on this speedo, 112 kilometres per hour.
So the car's coming around the high-speed oval at 70 miles an hour. He will hit the brakes at the first cone and we'll follow him down. So 70 miles an hour, hit the brakes.
Well, that all looked pretty much under control. But what did Richard think?
I think that's a fair representation. We will obviously do multiple tests so that we can get a true picture, statistically average out what the actual stopping distance would be.
After repeating the test 7 times, Lars returns to the garage. Later in the programme, how do his similar-looking replacement tyres measure up? Stopping distance data from the car's onboard GPS system.
So we're positioning these foam blocks in exactly the position at the average value of where the Continental tyre stopped. That's 59.81 metres.
Lars now takes to the track again. These budget tyres might appear similar, but how will their performance compare?
Test conditions exactly the same as before, 70 miles an hour, and we'll see exactly what happens. So 70 miles an hour, hit the brakes.
Lars has crashed through the wall at speed.
So you can see quite a difference in the actual stopping distance.
Even though the tread pattern on these tyres is very similar, the inferior rubber they are made from means the car takes much longer to stop. These tyres are legally being sold in the UK. Amazingly, there is no wet braking test that has to be passed before a tyre hits the shelves. However, if you're on a motorway and your car was fitted with these, you could have just been involved in a serious accident. After repeating the test 7 times, Richard and the team reconvene in the garage to see just how bad the results are.
At the point the Continental tyre was stationary, the budget tyre was still doing 31 miles per hour at that point.
If you're a pedestrian hit by a car doing 31 miles per hour, you only stand a 27% chance of surviving. Those 4 foam blocks were soaking wet and combined were easily the weight of a person. The other damning outcome for the budget tyres is that they took over 14 metres longer to come to a halt. That's 3.5 extra car lengths.
Clearly, what we've shown here today, the tyres are certainly not the same. Yeah, they may visually look similar, but they're certainly not the same when it comes to performing like this in the wet.
The close similarity between the tyres we have looked at today is not unique. Richard has 3 other examples of similar tread patterns in his garage, and that's just for his brand.
It's not a problem that is just unique to us, it's a problem that occurs to a lot of the premium brand products.
If you're concerned about the performance of the tyres on your car, then why not check out an independent tyre test? These are easily available online or are published annually in the motoring press. They will tell you how your stopping power measures up.